Fleetwood Mac makes their second appearance on my list with their 12th album, Tusk. However, it's the third with the classic lineup you all know about. It's from October 1979, the follow-up to Rumors, and like most artists in the 60s through the 80s in their prime songwriting, it's a double album, so it's almost 80 minutes long. The record label deemed it a commercial failure because it only sold 4 million copies, down from Rumors 10, and it was the most expensive rock record ever made at the time. Production costs around 1.4 million, over 6 million in today's dollars. Onto the music, though. Lindsey Buckingham said he wanted it to sound nothing like Rumors, and his love for post-punk and new wave bands like Talking Heads impacted some of his reasoning behind that. With it being a double album, there's 6 contributions from Christine McVie, 9 from Lindsey Buckingham, and 5 from Stevie Nicks. There's 20 songs on it, so I can't cover each one, but we've got my 5 favorites to talk about. The Ledge is noisy, bouncy, full of fuzz from the down-tuned guitars and bass, and the vocals are kind of buried in the mix and chanting over each other. It's probably the most punk Fleetwood Mac song I've ever heard. Lindsey Buckingham plays everything on that except for the snare drum, played by Mick, so it doesn't have the rest of the band on it. Sarah is the first Stevie Nicks contribution we hear, and there's a reason it's one of the biggest hits. It's partially written about her friend Sarah's romance with Mick Fleetwood, and it started as a 16-minute demo that got cut down to 6 for the record, but if you have an early pressing of the CD, you might have the single version, which is under 5 minutes long. That's All for Everyone might be the least experimental of Lindsey's contributions, and it's very reminiscent of earlier Fleetwood Mac releases, I should say. Kind of a folk ballad in a sense, very melodic with good harmonies. Sisters of the Moon is Stevie's shortest contribution, 4.5 minutes, and closes the first album in a rather great way. She wrote it a couple years before Tusk about her deteriorating health while on tour constantly, and Lindsey's guitar playing is great on it. Tusk, the title track, had the USC Trojan Marching Band featured on it. It was Mick Fleetwood's idea after seeing a local brass band play on vacation. It's over the top with a 112-person orchestra. It's insane. Of the 5 favorites, The Ledge and Tusk make the playlist, and this one gets an 8. Rumors is a 10 to me, and I gave their self-titled from 1975 an 8.5, and I feel this one's kind of similar in quality to self-titled, but maybe just a bit too bloated, as most double albums are, so an 8 out of 10.